Got it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the first day of Alaska's Artificial Intelligence and Computer Science Education Week. Woo! Woo! Did you see that the governor of Alaska, Governor Dunleavy, issued a proclamation today? He proclaimed this week to be the week of artificial intelligence and computer science, and we will throw the link in the chat at some point. But yeah, we're really excited to have you here. My name is Anthony White, and I am the Computer Science Content Specialist for the Alaska Department of Education and Early Development. I've been participating in computer science or CS Ed Week for quite a while, but this is my first time actually coordinating a week-long event and resources. And hopefully you found this either through our social media or any other methods that we've been reaching out. But you could also go to education.alaska.gov/computer dash science, and you will find lots and lots of links to resources, further webinars that we'll be hosting this week. And speaking of webinars, I am so excited to host our very own Alaska specific webinar for Computer Science Education Week. And we have as our introductory webinar speaker the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Brian Buffington. Brian, welcome.
Hey, it's good to be here. Anthony, thanks so much for the invite.
Yeah, absolutely. I've worked with Brian before in various capacities. He's presented at Kodiak Island Borough School District for professional development. Connected with him on social media. See a lot of great things that he's doing in the South and really all over the U.S., including here in Alaska. And some of you who are participating might recognize Mr. Buffington. Um, and before we go on, Brian, maybe just a little introduction. Who are you? What do you do? And why have you joined us today?
Well, everybody, I'm here today because I saw Anthony reach out about this special week that was proclamated. I don't know if that's a real word or not, but
Sure.
it was proclamated. And I said, I enjoy working with Alaskan educators. I get to go to Alaska usually once a year and work with various school districts. And I said, I have the day, I have some time, and I want to make an impact. And that's why I'm here. Now, my background is as a middle school teacher, and I'll have some slides and things later. But, anyways, middle school teacher, and from that experience, I realized that the smell of axe is forever embedded in my nostrils, um, and that I'm still a little bit of a middle schooler at heart. Without the drama, I still have a lot of drama, but not that kind of drama. It's different. I like to play. I like to make messes. I like to have fun. I like to build relationships, and I like to take chances. Um, so that's very much part of my work. And then I had an opportunity to work with adults one day, and they said, "Brian, you're kind of geeky. Wonder if adults would like to learn from you." And so somebody gave me a chance, and I began doing professional development with adults, and they said, "That's not bad." And I took that as a high compliment in the world of professional development. And so I've been on tour ever since. And a lot of times I bring my guitar. Now for the virtual ones, I don't, but I did bring a friend for later. I have a friend with me in the audience, but don't worry, he's not super creepy, that you guys get to meet. And Anthony, again, thanks for having me. That's a little bit about my background, and I'll share some pictures later for my visual learners.
Awesome. Wonderful. And just a quick note, where are you based out of?
I'm based out of Northeast Georgia
Oh,
because
Northeast Georgia.
Alaska's a lot bigger. So I'm in the mountains of Georgia, so not Atlanta, but somewhat rural, but rural, compared to Alaska, it's nothing.
Wonderful. All right. Well, we'll start with the first question. You feel free to switch, share whatever you need at any
Mhm.
point. My first question is to kind of describe your background in either computer science or computers, digital media. What kind of What kind of experience do you have in that?
Well, let's get the party started. Yeah, I'm going to share some pictures. I know
Yeah,
some people out there. I'm a
absolutely.
picture person. I like pictures. Give me the picture book. You're never too old for a picture book. So let me see if I can content only. I'm not sure to let me share sound. Anthony, you may have to help me with some of that with the sound thing. It may be like a
Okay.
button I don't have access to, but I'm going to click share for later. We'll do the sound, and I'm going to move this down here. All right, I think we're cooking. We're cooking now.
We are cooking.
All right, so I live in Northeast Georgia. There's a little star by it right there to help some of you, depending what size screen you're on. And then I live close to the Cabbage Patch Hospital here in
Oh,
Northeast Georgia. Yeah, we have a hospital where baby dolls are born. That's our entertainment in Georgia, I guess. So you can come visit and check that out. It's pretty creepy though. It's kind of like there's babies' heads sticking out of the dirt in this place. It's like Stranger Things cranked up to 11.
oh
It's
my
pretty
goodness.
wild. And then I met my wife at a Zaxby's restaurant drive-through window. So I don't know how my audience finds love, but that's how I found my person was in a drive-through
Oh.
window. So don't give up.
Mm.
Some people are swiping left, you're swiping right, but it may be right there, right at the window. So that's that. This is one of my first classrooms I taught in, and that expression that they're making when I was first started teaching, they did not make that expression. It was more like scared looks. I was like a yeller, and then I decided that I didn't want students to be scared anymore. And I said, let's make some more messes and let's do hands-on. Okay. And we did have computers. They were like huge though. In the back, you can kind of see it in this picture. Maybe that's a huge computer. And then what I really wanted is I wanted live action, baby, live action. And I'll try to show this GIF for you guys. And if we pronounce GIF differently, we can still be friends.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Here we go. Here we go. Everybody watch. This is my favorite day at work. I don't know if you were able to see that,
Yes, we saw
but
it fly.
that's just I'm trying to make something happen. I'm trying to make a human experience happen in wherever I go. And so that's important, I think, in education. And we're getting there to the AI computer science stuff because this is still important. This
Mhm.
this opportunity that we have together in physical spaces. But then my computer science technology application really started coming into play when a principal gave me access to these. Now that might be considered dinosaur tech. I think they still make these things. I think they still do. It's pretty cool. These are scientific probes in which you would buy a kit. And so this one does motion detection. I think this one does motion detection. And so what I would do as a science teacher is I would have my students set these up, and we had different ones. We had different instruments. We had like pH balance. We had some that would gauge acceleration, and so I had kids going down the hallway on skateboards, and it was wild times. But what I found out through this process is that true learning was starting to happen. Like by doing these things, my classroom was louder, but I had people more engaged and they were more owning their work. And so they would take these machines, they would collect data, and they would come back to a computer and then see the data. They would see the data through spreadsheets or through graphing, and it was like it made sense because that's a lot of the problem sometimes in education is we learn things, but it doesn't make sense to us. It's like we have no reference. And so that's when I became in love with technology. I love it so much. Um, see what else I have here. Okay, we'll get back. We'll get to this. Actually, I'm going to put this up. I want to go ahead and collect some data real quick. But before I have you do this, I don't. We have whoever we have here. I'm so glad you're here. But we're going to do something later with data using AI. And so this is what I'm going to have you do. So just get ready. I'm going to put the QR code up in a second. We may only have a few responses, but that's fine. I can work with that. I want you to imagine me lost in the Alaskan wilderness. But I want this to be silly, okay? Lighthearted. what are some things I may encounter? We're going to do something silly with AI, okay? What are some things that I may encounter in the Alaskan wilderness? And let's have fun. I'm going to put this back up. Okay, there we go. I'll make it big for my friends out here. Let's see if I'm intelligent enough to do this. There we go. All right, go ahead. Yeah, Anthony, you're invited to play a part.
All right, I'm
Hopefully you're.
joining.
Thank you, thank you. It's just like you don't like we can keep things super private too. It's like Brian, we're just gonna do first name, whatever what nobody has to log into this.
Nope. So it looks like once you get in a Padlet, you press the plus icon
That's it.
and you can add a subject lost in Alaska. And what will you encounter?
Yeah, what something kind of out there. I mean, I'm asking my audience to be a little silly.
Just and for the winter.
I'm sure Julia could come up with something great because I met Julia a couple of times. So Julia, I'm looking at you. I can't see you, but I'm looking at you.
Ooh, snow machine. I see. Oh, I see a couple of them.
Oh, they're coming in. Okay, they're coming in. That's great. And I'm not against people doing two. If you like to do two, we have, an extra 30 seconds. Some of you are very fast. So 30
Yeah.
seconds. Let's put them in there. So I'm going to have AI help me be kind of exponentially crank up my creativity because I am a creative person, but it's cool to have some help.
Uh,
I think Anthony's having a good time.
I like the submissions. A Yeti.
Oh, awesome. Okay. All right, everybody, I have to cut it off here. Hold on. Some of you will keep writing in there. I know who you are. Let's see. Go to my Padlet. Oh, these are great. I got all these people coming in. Let me freeze the board. I gotta move my face here. Not share. Well, it's amazing when there's like a button and they move the button.
I think it's moderation, maybe.
There's one that said just freeze board. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Uh, well, it's fine. It's fine. We'll keep it as is. All right, everybody, this is what we're gonna do. Thank you so much. I'm going to export this. So everybody, we're gonna take a break. Some of you would like to go on for a long time with this. Now the sleepy cheetah said, "Hurry, snow, nadir, natter." I only know what that is, but I'm gonna need some help in a second.
Hurry.
Hold, someone put a politician campaigning for governor in there. I encounter in the wilderness a politician looking for a vote. I got you.
Yes.
That's great. So I'm gonna export this because you all were so kind. I'm gonna export a PDF. Now I could have options here. Now, if you're an educator watching this, this is kind of a great, easy way to collect data that's more
Mhm.
visual. But we could do Google Forms and Microsoft Forms if that's your favorite.
Absolutely. And you are using the tool called Padlet, and be curious if there's anyone out there
Mhm.
who have used Padlet before. It is an extremely powerful tool, and they're coming out with new features left and right, and you might be showcasing some of them.
Yeah. And so I just
Yeah.
showed just one. All I did was show this one very basic use of this. I'm
Mhm.
going to save. I'm going to save this PDF to my computer. Thank you all. And we should be done with the Padlet for now. But Padlets, they do give a free account for educators. But always, I'm going to give this little nugget here is you always need to check with your district policies about using apps
Mm.
because we want to make sure that we're we want to be safe with our data. And I
Mhm.
know some districts that use Padlet, so I feel okay showcasing it, but you still want to check.
Yeah.
All right, so we did that. Good work, everybody. So we'll come. you gave me the data. We'll come back to that in a second. But here's something we need to realize about computer science and AI. Let's see if I could, there we go. Is that what you're looking at here? I update it as much as possible as soon as it comes out. And these are the top 10 skills put out by the World Economic Forum survey. And these are major employers, and they say we must have these kind of skills from our employees. These are the most important. And the list is long. It's like 100 things long. But here's the top 10. But I added number 11 because I'm going to give some of you uneasiness. He's like, Brian, that's not a top 10. You added 11. What's wrong with you? Um, but number 11 is AI and big data. That is projected to be top five in the
Mm,
next survey. So
mm,
everybody pick one for me. So just pick one of these that maybe is personal to you. And it's just something, again, I'm giving you something to do. It's not just me talking, but pick one that means something to you. And I want you to put it in the chat and let me see kind of one that's important or that strikes a chord. All right. And then I'm looking at the chat a little bit here. Karen says she loves Padlet. And have Lou's in the chat. The creative thinking is important to her. Technology literacies. Karen said seven, empathy. You know, curiosity, lifelong learning. Man, those are like none of those are like bad. All because this is a top 10 list. All those are to me equally important. Um, but some of those are very human. Everybody, listen up. They're very human. So what does that mean if we're using, I'm here to talk about tech, right? If we're not careful, could we become less human? And maybe we give up on some of these things. And I would caution you. I would caution everybody because what I'm after is I want to use AI to help me exponentially do things that only I can do. All right. So all these skills together make, I call it your quirk. And I'm going to give away some shirts later if it's okay. Yes, mail does get to Alaska from Georgia. It just takes a
mm.
long time. So I'll have to take my, I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of hard. Oh, oh,
Work your
oh. It
quirk.
says work your quirk. All right, see it? All right,
Uh-huh.
there we go. And that's the hottest pink shirt that you're going to have in Kodiak. I promise you. Now, but what does that mean? Work your quirk. That means all your skills, all your attributes, they're so important, especially when they're combined together. But we're going to use AI to do brand new things, crazy things that we haven't even thought about. So that's kind of that's where I'm at with all this tech. And tech, McCurwin, have we met before? I think I've had a McCurwin in one of my sessions before from Alaska. Maybe so. I know some of
Hmm.
my Cusspuck friends may be here.
Ooh, yay.
So think of it like this. So think of it like this, everybody. Because we have all these tools, what you know, your experiences, your literacy is like a paintbrush.
Mhm.
Okay. If you can think it, like if you have that's why like school's still important. We still must learn things because we get to combine all those things and make something really rad. So right here is a family photo that my wife and I created of cats. I have to move our faces, Anthony, for a second here.
Mhm.
I don't know if you could, I don't know wherever you are, if you can read the description here, it says a white Persian house cat family photo with four cats, all wearing 1980s style windsuits in the style Olin Mills add Kodak paper texture. Like, what was required to make that, everyone? I'm curious. Like, why do I get to make something like, because I used AI to do this. And I made this when Microsoft called their AI Bing. Like this tech is even way more better than now. I mean, better than
Mhm.
then. So why am I able to make something like this? And what would you, and how is yours going to be different than mine? Why is yours different than mine? And you feel free to put it in the chat. Why am I able to make this, but you would make something different? It doesn't mean good or bad. It just means different.
Mhm.
Anybody have any suggestions? Now, what's a middle school teacher? I could do wait time. Let's
Creativity.
see here. Get my watch. Oh, we have something in the chat. Let me check. Hold on, hold on. Julie has chimed in. Julia Renfro, thank you so much. Our creativity, our amount of re and our creativity is pulled from what we know. Usually it's pulled from what we know, what we've experienced. And so that's why, sometimes, in school systems, districts, there's budget cuts and people are like, man, we got to cut the arts, we got to cut this stuff. And like, that's tough on me because all these things matter. Like all those classes, music, because you're going to see me do some crazy stuff with music in a second too, especially if I can get the audio to work.
Mhm.
Now, these cats are cute, right? You guys like the cats? Awesome. I love these guys are cool. Let's move on. How can we use AI to maximize our humanity doing things that only we can do? Now, I'm going to show you a few of my favorite activities, and I got a couple fresh nuggets here. But let's do one. I'm going to introduce you to my friend real quick. I'm going to take this off for a second. I'm going to quit sharing. You're like, no, Brian, don't stop sharing. I love it. I love it when you share. Let me adjust background. Okay, here we go. Oh, who's that back there? Who's that? Hold on, hold on. You see my friend back there?
Oh yeah.
You
Oh,
see?
that's cool.
That's Buff Nugget.
Uh,
Have y'all met Buff Nugget before?
That's the first time.
You- so, so my name's Brian Buffington, and I bring people nuggets, some like little bits of ideas and wisdom that you can use, right? I created an animatronic robot. I have no computer science. When people say computer science, I'm talking about collegiate. I have no background in any of that. Like in my brain, I'm like, I just can't do this kind of stuff. Like I'm not smart enough. I can't make things with computer science. I can't code. My coding was MySpace, 50 years ago. Like that's about my coding. But let me show you. Let me check. Let me show you Buff Nugget here. Hold on, hold on. Did y'all see the watch the rolly chair? Whee! Now, aren't we a lovely pair?
Oh, he's
Um,
so cute.
he's so cute. Yeah. So, Buff Nugget. This is everybody ready to see the guts of Buff Nugget? Now, this is a computer science webinar, so you guys get to see the guts. I don't show the guts to everybody. Um, so here we go.
Oh, pulling him open. Oh wow.
And I'm brand new. So y'all, now this may look primitive, but again, I'm kind of maybe like some of you. I never did this kind of thing before. This is a motor, okay, right here. And this is the mouth, and it moves. Oh, uh-oh. I have to
No,
put that,
no.
I have to put that
Oh
back on.
no.
See, that's why I need crafting skills. I like someone put like a whoa face. I love it. Actually, it goes back on pretty easy. Put it back on. There we go. Uh-oh. There we go. We're cool. So what I was able to do, everybody, check this out. I'm gonna walk you through. I'm gonna share my screen a little bit. You guys are gonna freak out. Um, I was able to hook this up to a Raspberry Pi computer, a computer about the size of my phone, and hook that computer up to my computer that I'm on now. I had a little baby computer hooked up to a big computer, but that baby computer would run motion based on the voice. So I had this thing, I have a microphone hooked up to it, and I can't do all that today. That's when I come see some of you guys in person. I had a microphone hooked up to this, and when you would talk to it, it would respond, and this would move based on the vocal motion, the voice motion. So this would flap up and down as Buff Nugget would speak. You know how cool that was?
That's so
Because
cool.
it was so cool. I got to do this at a conference recently, and it was I had him, and I could change the voice and the personality. He was a Texan who likes eating corn dogs at the state fair. He's like, "Howdy, partner. I'm Buff Nugget," and I had a cowboy hat on him, and he was so fun. He was a little sarcastic too. So let me put this back up. Oh, so how did you do it, Brian? How did you do it? Julia wants a buff nugget. So does Karen. There we go. Look at the googly eyes. So how did I do it? Okay, let's see. Can I teach you all how I made a animatronic buff nugget?
Yes, please.
Okay. Now, I do have goals though. Some of you are looking at like, Brian, I don't, it's too simple. Like, why didn't you go big? That's big for me. My next buff nugget model is going to have a swiveling, tilting head.
Whoa. Whoa there.
Whoa.
Whoa
Whoa.
there.
And I may have the eyes move as well, just kind of like crazy. Right now he just has some like craft crazy eyes. But like I just glued some eyes to him.
Some googly eyes.
Some googly
Wait,
eyes.
you're gonna start your own Chuck E. Cheeses. You're gonna have the animatronics in there. It'll be Buffy cheeses.
No, no, but the idea, okay, and I'm going to show you guys behind the scenes because this is exclusive. Anthony White and Vi, you guys are getting the exclusives, the good. I have these ideas. Like, what if Buff Nugget was able to accompany a librarian at
Hmm.
the library? I'm just giving you an example. Because a librarian knows a lot about the books in there, but maybe can't remember, because that's a lot of books, can't remember every book in the library. And a student goes, Julia, I'm going to miss you. And a student comes into the library and goes, Buff Nugget, do you have any books about unicorns who like to eat bacon? And Buff Nugget goes, Gee Wally, we have the book just for you. It's right down here. And then it knows a catalog. It has the catalog, the database. Like, and so that helps us with our brains, the human brain. Maybe we don't have to store like every like book. You know what I mean? It's like, how can we do some other things with our creativity and our muscle and our power, So that's just one crazy idea. But there's more ideas. But let me share my screen again.
And you should have the audio
Oh, I can
featuring.
share sound. Thanks,
Yeah.
Anthony. That'll be
Hmm.
that'll be helpful for later.
Hmm.
You know what I did, everybody? You guys are gonna freak out because I know a lot more of my systems use Google products in their school districts than other options. So I just want to showcase this. I don't really care whatever platform you use for AI chatbots, but I'm using Gemini. And Gemini, check this out, has a new option, and you may have this access through a school district. It says thinking with Pro. It's almost like it's an AI chatbot, but we say turn it up. And so if I did that and I said something like this, I want to create an animatronic. I'm going to keep the misspelling because I'm typing and sometimes it's messy. Okay, animatronic, but it is the AI knows what I'm talking about. I'm going to say Buff Nugget, which is a chicken nugget about, I don't know, 2 feet tall that moves the mouth and tilts head based on verbal response. Okay? Something like that. That's all I did. I'm going to say, now give me a shopping list and everything else I need to know to get started. Okay, let's just do that. This is what I did. I'm going to hit create. And this is going to take some time. Now this is Anthony, this is a great time for a question from you while we're waiting. Maybe you have a question for me as we are using Gemini in this thinking mode, this pro
Yeah.
mode. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, what do you think, uh, w for students out there who, are pretty good with their phones, they could switch apps pretty quickly, take Snapchats
Mhm.
super fast. What kind of digital literacy skills do you think they need to be
Mm.
successful in the modern and future workplace? More than just phones, what are some of those key skills that they need that they could start developing now?
Okay, I'll tell you number one skill. I think. I have no data to back this up. This is a Brian Buffington number one skill. Is going to be your ability to withstand the pressure
Mm,
to have these things suck all your time,
mhm,
soul, maybe,
mhm,
energy, emotion, and not be creative and not do something productive. I think that's the number one digital literacy skill is to say, how can I manage my time, my
mhm.
energy with a device? That's 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 the big one to me, everybody. And because I'm having all this fun with this, I can't have this fun if I'm glued to this. If I'm glued in a way that's not healthy, because sometimes we're on our phones, it's not healthy. We are looking at social media. People are trying to get us to buy things that we don't want, or we're being told lies. It's just a lot. So there you go, Anthony. How'd I do? Is that a pretty good one?
That was absolutely perfect. Um, and speaking of getting distracted by by things, um, I saw the start of the response and Gega Gega Gida Doggo or
I don't even know
man
what that
face
is.
meme. I just looked it up, and apparently it's a chicken nugget meme. I have
What?
not previewed this before, so
Yeah, I won't do it live because I have no
don't
idea.
do it live, but yeah,
Because that's digital literacy.
it's a Roblox chicken nugget series of video memes. So, and I'm sure some of our audience know exactly what that is. So,
Well, I'm so glad I could learn and Anthony can learn, but my audience probably knows what it is. If you can say that, let me know. If you could pronounce that correctly, I don't know how we would do that. Anyways, um, here, let's keep moving on. So they gave me the shopping list, everybody. I don't even know what this stuff is. It says get an audio sensor, get you a micro. It's actually trying to because it kind of knows I'm probably new and it's trying to help me understand it's like the brains, the electronics, the skeleton, the mechanics, the meat, the
the meat.
body.
I like
And so it's trying to help me because I'm not a pro at any of this stuff. And it says, here's all the things you need. You need a power supply, you need audio sensors, you need some, and we, by the way, digital literacy is like we can't just go buy this stuff and go, all right, we're good, bye, see ya. We can't do that
Mhm.
because some of this may be wrong. We still have to do some very human things and take a second, and go, what is, why do I need this? What is a Arduino Uno? We may buy some things that we don't need, but it's telling me everything I need is a step one: build the skeleton, build the mechanics. And I did this step by step. And every time I got stuck, it just said, "All right." It made it even more chill and more easier for me. I kept building it, and then the code. Here's the code, everybody. I just said, "How do you code?" I'm on a Mac, but you could code on a PC. It doesn't really matter. I'm on a Mac. How do you code? It gave me the code. I just copy pasted the code and put it in there.
Mhm.
And then here's now nobody has seen this nugget yet. You ready? I used 11 labs.
Oh yeah.
11 labs is a AI voice model store. And I had to buy this, I had to buy access because it's what's when you talk to Buff Nugget, it pulls it from the internet, a voice, and it shoots a wave file down to his mouth. It is insane. And so I'll go to voices and I'll go to maybe there's the weekly spotlight. Let's check out some of these. Um, Wise Billy.
The
Oh,
most
you probably
important
can't
part
hear
of
it
a
yet. I don't know if yeah, you probably hear that.
Yeah. Yeah.
project is this: can the listener understand the speaker?
Oh
Nothing
wow.
else counts.
Oh,
The
and
most
then you can
important
even license famous people, like people who've
Mhm.
passed, like
Mhm.
Julie Garland from Wizard of Oz. And I didn't have that kind of money at the time. Like you have to like get permission probably from their estate. Like it's gonna be a lot more expensive than some of these voices. Like a grandfather.
Thank you for coming. It's been a real treat seeing you and the family. I'd love to read you a
And
story
I'm
before you
telling you, everybody, I
go.
can copy a code right here. Watch this. There's a voice ID. Copy the code, their ID. I put it in my code, and within 5 seconds, nuggets. Buff Nugget has a different voice.
That's amazing.
That's insane.
That's
But we have to move
amazing.
on from Buff Nugget because we can't talk just about Buff Nugget. But you guys are welcome. If you watch this, you want to ask me about it, I will do my best to respond. Um, all right, now Anthony, I have a few more nuggets. We have about 20 minutes or so to share.
Hmm.
I'll take another question or from the audience if we like as we move on from Mr.
Yeah,
Buff Nugget.
absolutely. If the audience has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. We'd be happy to answer them. Um, you've showcased a lot of creativity with tech. It really kind of democratizes the tools. It
I like
allows
that.
people to create who otherwise might not have the opportunity to create. Albeit some of the tools do require subscription services and payment, but you got to keep those lights on and do the processing for it. I'm curious to know though your thoughts on the potential and future of computer science or digital media or this creativity either in the state of Alaska or beyond in the
Yeah.
US or internationally. What do you think with those buff nuggets rolling around in your head might be the future of computer technology?
I love it. You said that through AI, we have, because, when people go, Alaska, we're the 49th state, a large state that has different kind of resources than maybe everybody in the lower 48 has. Um, and like, well, Brian, we can at least, a lot of people can at least access a little bit of internet. I know there's a lot of initiatives through maybe the Department of Ed and through some other
Mm,
ways that people can get the internet. And it's like, and people in faraway places across Alaska can get the internet. We can pretty much make anything digital. We can play a
mm,
part, even though we're far away. We can still play a part in this commerce. Because I
mm,
know that's a big deal. I know people, our economy is ever changing. Industries are changing in Alaska, just like here in Georgia. And we need more options. How can we make money? And this is what I know about Alaskans. Alaskans are like the most like they can survive. They know how to like take care of things. They can be in the dark all the time. They're like, Brian, I got people here in the lower 48, they would cry. If that's, but you guys are strong, you can take care of this. And how do we take that perseverance and say, yeah, I can survive in the cold. I can survive with lots of light or darkness, but also I can survive maybe providing for my family because I know I have some digital literacy. I don't give up easily. I know how to ask questions to Gemini or whatever your AI bot is. I know how to attend trainings and PD, and I'm always learning. I have a hunger for learning. Like one of you said, that was one of your top skills is like lifelong learning. Everybody gets to play a part. Everybody gets to play a part.
mm,
Um, and also you have different perspectives.
mm,
I mean, and I think that, a lot of people, well, Brian, other people's perspectives, why do you care? I'm like, I think it's vital because if I get bored easily, and so does most of the nation. It's like we get bored easily. We need perspective. I need perspectives from other people, and your angle on things. And Alaskan cats, like I've never seen an Alaskan cat before, Anthony. So I'm glad you brought you brought him or her to the stage. So yeah, I think democratizing tech is a great way to say it. Now, as for I do want to give a word of caution because me, a mere mortal, was able to code a talking robot for an audience. And I'm actually going to start, I'm going to make better robots. I'm going to have them on stage with me. Like if I come in the future, ever get to come see Anthony at a conference or something, I want to bring Buff Nugget with me and
mm,
almost kind of be my second banana on stage. But because I'm a mere mortal and can do that, we must reconsider the value. Like, do we need a 4-year degree for maybe computer science sometimes? Like it's a good fit for a lot of people, right? But there's a
mm,
lot of people who say, Brian, I don't have the money. I don't have the money. I don't want to go into debt. Could you learn some of these things without it? And some people are like, well, Brian, I do have the money. I have the time. I can get a 4-year degree. Because we have seen this in the industry. Some of those entry level coding positions are becoming harder and harder to find because AI is actually able to do some of those entry level coding things.
mm.
And Anthony, you probably have a lot more. data or expertise or heard some of those things too. And so I am concerned. So we have a lot of people who are graduating college, like Brian. I went to school for 4 years. I'm having a hard time finding a job. And so I want to
Yeah.
make sure that you're set up for success.
Yeah, and actually, one of the things I read, which is something that I've always kind of known, is one of the top skills that departments, computer science departments, are teaching students at university level is more than just the foundational knowledge, which is important. I mean, you could learn anything online, just about anything,
Yep.
whether it's AI, YouTube, websites, all kinds of things. You could learn it. But the one thing that you can't learn that's really, really important is networking. It's who you know, who you could support, who is within your sphere of influence. And if you have a good network and you could start working with people in your community, in your city, your village, your borough, the state, and beyond, and you start making those connections, those opportunities start becoming available. And you could say, well, I don't know how to do those things, but you could add one key phrase right after that is say, yet. I don't know how to do those things yet. I have a desire, just like you did not know how to make an animatronic chicken nugget. You had this desire, you had a vision, you saw that vision to fruition. Is it the best animatronic chicken nugget ever made? Probably not. But has anyone else made an animatronic chicken nugget like that before? Probably not. So you have started something new and is going to have an impact on the people that get to see it and experience it. And hopefully, students and educators and others would be inspired to create something similar.
That is all I want, man. That's all I like. I don't look at this thing and go, you know what? This is going to change the world in some way, but maybe it can, but not through the nugget itself, but through what if? That's all I want. Like, what
Mhm.
if I could actually do this? Because even though I'm maybe in a small town somewhere in Alaska or in Georgia, maybe I have the tools to make this happen. And it brings me back to digital literacy because I have something to share. Like this right here could come between you and your that thing that Anthony was talking about networking and doing some that might be the hard thing for some of you. He's like, Brian, I don't want to talk to people. That's weird. It's tough. It's cringe.
Mhm.
Cringe. Let me tell you, cringe is in. Because if it's cringe to go meet people and network, go get cringy because that's going to be vital. I think really for success, human connection, and that could be human online too. I mean, you could talk to people online. People do it professionally through LinkedIn and other things, but it
Mhm.
just can't be media consumption all day and TikToks and just like entertainment all day. All right, here we go. Y'all ready?
Mhm.
So you gave me some data. I'm gonna play with one of my new favorite tools. Okay, so let me share screen, share sound. We got about 15 minutes. That's perfect. I'm going to open up a tool. Actually, okay, I'm going to let you look at, hold on. Okay, I'm a musician too. So I write songs, nothing super fancy. You know me, I'm not like, Buff Nugget fancy here. I wrote a song about a cat named Rufio. I'm glad cats are the theme of today. So Rufio it's a real story of a cat an orphan cat that climbed under the hood of my car and traveled to my house from downtown where I live. So this orphan kitten took a ride and came to my house. And then when I opened the hood, I heard the meow meows, heard the meow meow meow. The kitten flew up a tree. And then we had to go get him down, and he became part of our family. His name's Rufio. And Rufio is a tribute. Who knows what movie? Who knows? If you first person to tell what movie Rufio is referenced in as an orphan boy, you get a t-shirt. Who's got one for me? Boom. I'm giving away a shirt. Anthony, you can't get one. Somebody else.
Yeah, I
Just
know. I
plain.
have to bite my tongue because I know who it is.
I know you know this one. Anybody else know the
Rufio,
story of Rufio? He's in a movie. Who's
Rufio.
got it? Rufio, bangarang. Anyways, So that can come, some of you are researching right now. You're like, I'm not even listening, Brian. I'm researching. That's fine. So I wrote this song, and then I'm going to copy this text, by the way, because I'm going to show you something cool. So I did something very human. I created a song. I have a song. I could play guitar, a few chords. It's fine. I think most people, if you want to try, you could play a few chords. Go do it. It's awesome. And now I'm using a tool, a Google tool called Notebook LM. notebooklm.google.com. All right. And based on your district's permissions, they do have access for students, based if your district gives that permission. I think it's 13 plus, and depending on your all those little rules and things. So I'm going to create the notebook. This is like my digital trapper keeper. That's old man talk for my notebook. And then we put our things in here. This is our AI. We're creating a custom AI bot, everybody. Say, ooh, ooh.
Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh.
our own little AI bot, our little library, our own little database. And so I'm going to copy that text and put it in here. But I tell you what, I've already done this. So let me just show you what I made. So, because we're going to make something fun with what you did with me a second ago. Let me pull it up. Where's my Rufio one? Rufio. Oh, did I delete it? Where'd it go? Maybe I did. I may have to just do it again. That's okay. That's okay. I can do it again. I'm gonna create the notebook. I'm gonna copy that text in there, hit enter, and look what happens here. That's my resource. It's in my notebook. I don't really care what general AI has to say. I only care about the stuff I put in. And it's already summarizing the text for me. So that's my data. It summarizes the text. It's about a song, the Bangarang Ballad of Rufio. It's about an orphan kitty, whatever. That's kind of cool. I also have a picture. Let's see if I can add a picture. So it kind of knows what Rufio, the reference I'm talking about. If I go to, upload file. This is in downloads. Oh, where's my Rufio cat? Oh, I thought I had him saved. Hold on, everybody. Oh, here he is. Okay. It's kind of hard to see. I'm so sorry. Um, I'm going to upload it. So it's a picture of a black cat with a red mohawk.
Oh, nice.
So it gets a reference, okay? It gets a little reference of the picture. And it's still uploading. Hopefully it uploads in the next century.
And
Let's give it a second.
nobody said yet where Rufio came from, and I'm really just biting my tongue here.
I know, Anthony. I guess I may just have to mail a shirt to Kodiak. I mean, it'll get there in a couple weeks. Let's find everybody. I'm giving you a chance. Okay,
Yes, Karen got it. Karen got it.
Karen got boom hook. Let's go.
Hook.
Hook, 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 hook. Yeah. All right, Karen, you get a shirt. Stay after class. I'll make sure you get it. Okay. Um, and okay, so now look on the right over here, everybody. I'm going to make an infographic about my song Rufio. And I click the little pencil here and I go, I'm going to say, tell the story of Rufio and whatever art style. So this is where you like, if you have art skills, this would be helpful. I know, like, I'm going to say like in sketch and pencil sketch vibe using tropical colors. I'm just being goofy. Oh, no. I'm going to say using Alaskan, Alaskan landscapes. Okay. And hit generate. Okay, there we go. That's cool. Now, I'm telling you, I have too many nuggets, Anthony. I already could tell we're going to run out of time, but we're going to let this do its things. Now look, it's generating an infographic based on two sources right here, because this is whose notebook? Whose notebook is this, everybody? Mine. And that's the data I put in. So it's only referencing that data. So it's going to make the little infographic. I still did some human stuff. That's my song. I made the little picture of the cat with the red mohawk. Now, let's have some fun with your data. You gave me some data. So we're going to come back to this. Anthony, please don't let me forget.
Nope.
So we're going to go back. I'm going to use Gemini for this. And I'm going to upload our PDF. Upload. There it is. This. you all gave me some things I may encounter, like if I'm in Alaskan wilderness. Remember this? We did this earlier. Okay,
Hmm.
I'm going to open that. I'm going to say, make a story out of these silly, fun. Actually, I'm going to say make a song. Yeah, make a song out of these silly, fun suggestions about what Brian Buffington may encounter while in Alaskan wilderness. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to say in the style of, hmm, in the style of something. Anthony, I'm going to let you choose a genre. What's a genre or
Uh,
an artist you like?
I was thinking Johnny Cash for some reason
Okay, okay,
came to
oh,
mind
okay.
first. Yeah.
Something, I'm going to say Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire vibes. Okay. Yeah, I need verses, chorus, etc. It needs to be fun and lighthearted. All right. So I took it. Now, by the way, people could look at this. Well, Brian, you're cheating, and you could just write this. Well, I could, but also I'm crowdsourcing. I just used all of your suggestions to make something brand new. That's very, I would consider it kind of high level,
Mhm.
that people aren't really thinking about yet. But you can steal it from me. Okay. You can steal this trick from me. We just crowdsourced and we're making a song. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, I like the tempo, slow, steady, boom, chicka, boom, like Ring of Fire. That's cool.
In the Alaska snow where the frost bites hard and the wind starts to blow. He saw a dark shape moving in the haze and he thought about the warmth of his civilized days.
Yeah. For the peaks where the strange things are found, he might see a yeti or a beast of the air, a hurry snow tornado, a blizzard nightmare. Yeah, so these are actually it bolded y'all's. I'm very, it's very Georgian there. It just bolded y'all's ideas. Do you see that?
Great.
That's really cool. So I'm going to copy this. All right. I'm going to do something with it. But let's see if our graphics ready. It's ready, everybody. We ready? Oh, we have
All right,
guests.
let's see it.
We have guests. Okay. Now, here we go. Here we go.
All right, let's see Rufio. Rufio, Rufio, Rufio.
Rufio. Pegare.
Oh my gosh, look at that cat. That's so good.
Get that, everybody. And so I'm helping students, I'm helping educators use this to tell stories, to also teach, and to visualize things that maybe we have a hard time comprehending.
Mm,
It's so powerful and
hmm.
it's so good. The text is good. And look at Rufio's got his cool little red mohawk. It's great. All right. So hopefully you're impressed. And as the grand finale is right now, we're going to go to my other tool I like, which is an AI music generation tool. And this is one of those things that's you're going to have to check with your, especially for student use, you'd have to check with district policy or make sure you have parental permission to use a tool like this. But my educator friends, you can make songs for your classroom and lots of ideas. So over here, I'm going to hit create and I'm going to go custom and I'm going to put the lyrics in. And as for the tempo or genre, I'm going to cut that out and put it in style. But I can't put Johnny Cash. I cannot reference pop culture
Mm,
people
mm.
or
That's
songs. So we may have
probably
to get a
for
little
the better.
creative there, which is something we could definitely do. Yeah, tempo, slow, steady, boom, chicka, boom, boom, old school country. Okay, maybe that's cool. This should be fine. Let's see what happens. That's my favorite thing to say. Let's see what happens. Let's see.
While that's generating, you heard news recently of top songs on Spotify that happen to be generated from artificial intelligence.
I
Hmm.
have. I
Hmm.
have heard this, and I'm a little concerned. Actually, I'm a lot concerned. I'm a lot concerned. I'm a human who makes music, but also use tools to help me make music. And I feel like if we're not careful, we may get to a place where in society where we're further divided by income and
Hmm.
where there's a certain group of people who get to have human-made music
Hmm.
and a certain group of people who only have access to cheaper made AI music.
Hmm.
Same thing with art. I don't want to like go crazy dystopian on everybody, but I am concerned and I want to prevent those things if at all possible.
It,
But
you know, it certainly, if someone wanted to just crank out songs and try and get that revenue from ads or whatever, however you get revenue on posting on Spotify, you could certainly do that. But it removes that human element from the process, right? And that human element is the process of creativity, the process of trying difficult things, learning how to play a B7 diminished minor chord, and the process that goes into that. We just had a concert here in Kodiak this weekend. It was a choir and orchestra concert.
wow. Wow.
None of it was AI generated. It was all, classical Christmas tunes and songs. And there is something truly magical in that. Now, when it comes to something like advertising it or creating posters or infographics about it, I could see where AI comes in handy because perhaps you don't have the budget to hire a professional developer, designer to create those graphics. So that's where those tools come in really handy. And I just want to add it too. You were sharing about 11 Labs and voice generation. We wound up using that a couple of years ago in creating a radio drama for public radio here in Kodiak. And the script was written by a human. The voices for the actors were recorded by humans, but the advertisement to put it on social media and get people to tune in to the radio, and also the advertisement that was played on the radio was 100% created with artificial intelligence. So,
Yep.
mhm.
Yeah. Um, I think these tools can help us, especially, by the way, I'm not a studio musician. I'm not a producer, but I'm empowered by these tools. I'm empowered. I'm doing things that I can't play some of these instruments. It doesn't mean I can't learn, but
Mhm.
I want to learn how to code a robot. So I can't do everything.
Mhm.
But these are conversations we're having. Especially, I have artists, for instance, and if they saw that thing I just created with Refio, they may be uneasy about it. So those are hard conversations we have to have with our friends who are creatives, digital creatives. All right, let's check out our song. Let's see if it's ready yet. I think it's still struggling some. Let me go back to the studio. I think it's ready.
Oh, it's ready.
We have one ready. Yeah. So it gives you two
Fine.
versions.
Oh, nice.
Let's check it
There
out.
you
There's
are.
actually in the picture, there's a Yeti with a, now don't laugh at me. I don't know if it's a caribou or a moose, but there's something with horns that's bigger than a deer. So let's check it out.
The cold black night, it swallowed the sky when Brian Buffington went wandering by. He was lost out deep in the Alaskan snow, where the frost bites hard and the wind starts to blow. He saw a dark shape moving in the haze, and he thought by the warmth of his
All right, we'll just do the chorus and
civilized
we're done.
days. Then came a low growl, made his blood blood run thin. Was it a nightmare? Where to begin? Oh, wilderness is calling. It's a mighty cold sound. From the peaks to the valleys, where the strange things are found. You might see a yeti or a beast of the air, a hairy snow native, a blizzard nightmare. Lost in the tundra, where the silly things roam. He's stuck in Alaska, a long way from home.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
let me turn this off. Hold on, man.
beautiful.
Hey,
Oh my gosh.
thank you. Yeah, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. What I do need to do is I'm going to put a QR code up. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but I'm going to do it anyways, just in case you enjoyed some of the nuggets today and you're like, I would like to follow some of the crazy stuff Brian is doing. I have a newsletter. It's called Buff Nuggets. So I'll just leave it up, Anthony, as you say any closing words, and then Karen, stay after. I'll make sure I get your info and get you a shirt.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and we'll follow up with those who registered, and we'll put it in the description to sign up for Brian's Buff Nuggets. Just want to say thank you so much, Brian, for taking your time to speak with us today and kick off AI Computer Science Education Week. Just really incredible stuff that you're doing to kind of advance your craft and your skills and hopefully inspire others to do the same. So I want to thank you very much. Oh, thank you. I want to thank you very much for your time and for joining us. And hopefully we can have you join us again soon, Brian.
Yeah, I loved it, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. You have a wonderful day wherever you are.
All right. Take care, everyone.